Hey there folks, and welcome back for another weekend shave and soap spotlight. And today we're going to spotlight Tiki Fougere. Now this is a really green, bright fougere, much more green and bright than a lot of them. Scent strength on this is about a 7. It's quite good. Beautiful green, almost a grassy, like fresh cut grass. It's similar, not a dead ringer. Beautiful scent. Texture is it's firm. It's not super soft like some of the Katie's Bubble soaps, but it's not hard. It's medium, little probably on the far range of medium. And there's a look at the soap. We've already loaded it to save a little bit of time. Again, Tiki Fougere, and we're going to continue to roll with our Colonial razors. General, I've been having great shaves with this for the past 2 weeks, and I see no reason to change it. I'm going to continue to get to know it and see how it goes. Let me wet the face, and we'll be right back. All right. So with Tiki soaps, I think you generally going to get very good quality, and she's got some very good scents. Some I prefer more than others, but really, in terms of quality, I've always been a fan of these soaps. Now, every now and then, someone will say, there was a little difference, but, she's changed things up. She does a lot of different things. She doesn't really just stick to one thing. So she'll try, cream type things and French styles. And so she does different things. So you're not always going to get necessarily the same thing, but it'll be labeled as such if it's a different formula. Or I remember she had a 3 times butter, I think, at one point. So she does a lot of different things, but I've always had good luck with them. The question's going to be whether or not you like the scent. I love the scent of this one. It's great. Let's get going with our general. And before I get to that, just wanted to mention, shout out, can't probably see that, to So Sharp Limited. David Gonzalez sent that to me as a gift, and I appreciate it. He has some nice shaving related t-shirts, so go check him out at So Sharp Limited. I think it's So Sharp Limited. .com. And David and I don't agree on everything, and probably don't agree on a lot of things, but one thing we do agree on is advocacy for this hobby. So and the other thing, he speaks his mind frankly, and I do too, so we have that in common as well. Now, there are other issues we don't agree on, and that's okay. I mean, you don't have to agree on everything, and there are some points of view that I hold pretty firmly now that he does not. And that's okay. We don't all have to like the same thing. We can sort of focus on what we have in common. And that seems to be sometimes a problem in this community, is that people can't seem to focus on what they have in common. They sort of want to highlight their differences, and with so much that we have in common, with so much great stuff, I think it's much easier just to stick to what we have in common, and certainly we can debate those differences and all the rest of it. All right, great first pass. Stand by, we'll come back for pass 2. And by the way, if you saw a little spot right there, that is not a weeper, that's a little bump that I had that I went over. Not a problem of the razor. The general was fine on that first pass. Let me get to Tiki really quick here. I've had, a few people contact me and said, I had orders for Tiki, and it's been like 2 weeks and I haven't heard back, and I've emailed them. One of the things that I will point out is she does tend to get very busy at times. She's working a job in addition to soap making, and she has children, and she has a lot on her plate. So sometimes it will take a while. And Believe me, I understand, because the first video I ever made regarding Tiki was complaining about how long it took to get product. But when the product did arrive, it had extra soap in there too. And I will say, what I will say about Amanda is, sometimes it takes a while, but usually she'll make it right. And if you have a problem, give it some time, contact her. And I've never known her not to make it right. So be patient if you can, and she'll make it right. She is a nice person. She's got a full plate. And although I understand, folks get upset when they don't get the product expeditiously, because the standard the vendors in this hobby has set is very high. And so some folks just don't operate on that tempo because of what they have going on in their lives, or other reasons, and you just have to sort of understand that and go with it. But I certainly understand the frustration. I used to be very antsy about getting my product, so I do know the excitement and why people get upset. So no problem there. All right. The General is once again providing a wonderful shave. And yesterday, Stan, may have even been the day before, put the above the tie single edge bamboo. It's the style of the handle. His stainless single edge razor for sale, and I am in on that. Looking forward to that, and I am so excited and pleased that we're getting some competition in the single edge razor marketplace that will help drive costs down. Now, above the tie is always going to be in that premium range. That's just the level that they play at. Wolfman is going to be at that premium range. That's, like I said, that's the level they play at. But you're going to have great affordable options like this Colonial razor General. I can't tell you how much this is supposed to cost, but I believe you will be happy with it. It's going to be affordable. Icon has also announced their, I think it's called El Jefe, single edge razor. So we're going to have several single edge razors in the marketplace. This will afford you choices. This will drive innovation. This will ensure that all the people making single edge razors are on their game, because when you bring above the tie into the fold, they're setting a standard. And you have these great affordable razors like Colonial Razors General, bringing something affordable, great to the table. This is wonderful for the consumer. Stand by. So, where we had only Cobra was first. And I think a lot of people forget that, because there was a lot of hubbub when Joe was toying with the idea of making the Hawk razor, which he still should make, Joe. There's a lot of pissing and moaning about, oh, it's too much like the Mongoose. And, well, the concept of the Mongoose, single edge, feather, artist club, there was only one razor who did that first, and that was Cobra. And the Mongoose improved on that. It's a good razor. And now there are others using that style of blade, which many people prefer because it's rigid, you get more shaves out of it, for any number of reasons. And so there's a little bit of gnashing of teeth and jumping up and down when Joe talked about the Hawk. But now people have come in with, stands above the tie piece, Colonial Razor General, which I'm using today. And this is very good for us, consumer. It gives us choices. We don't have to stick with a razor that has a shoddy fit and finish, that has bad fit finish on the underside, or maybe you don't like the design, Whether it be the Mongoose, which people didn't like that clamp, or excuse me, not the Mongoose, sorry about that. The Cobra, people didn't like that twist mechanism to hold the blade in. Understandably, it's a little hokey. So now we have options, and this is wonderful. So if you like the Cobra and the Mongoose and what's already out there, that's wonderful and absolutely great for you. But it's also great that we're going to have options for other people out there who, maybe they don't like them for whatever reason. So this is a positive development, and this is a fine razor. Using the Super Blade, for me, it's right on time, just where I need it. So I'm very excited about it. And again, I've talked about this a number of times, but the Evans brothers are, guys that are really interested in wet shaving, and when I think they have fairly sensitive faces, and this style of blade seemed to work better for them, so they decided to make their own razor. And I, for one, am very happy about that, because this one works really nicely for me. So, and by the way, I will be buying this. This is not a freebie. Not that it matters. I'm kind of over people, claiming I'm on the take. It's just ridiculous. It's not true. And but if you think I don't pay for it, I don't really care. I do. But I'm really enjoying the hell of it, I tell you that. Great shave with it today, again. And I can't remember the last time that I've used a blade for more than 2 weeks in a row. Or excuse me, a razor. But I really wanted to put this razor through its paces to see if I was going to continue to enjoy it, and it just wasn't that initial stage of infatuation, because you can, and this has happened to me, you can fall victim to, having that first impression. It's wonderful. It's something new. You're inclined to like it. And then later, you're like, not quite as good as I thought. And that's okay. I mean, it happens. We're all excited about things that we purchase initially, and nobody is being dishonest if they change their mind. In fact, come back and let people know if you change your mind. There's no crime in that. In fact, I think it's a sign of a well-balanced adult. All right, that was the third pass. Outstanding. Stand by and we'll come back and get into the post. While I'm getting my Thayers here, I want to mention a few new shaving channels that I've been enjoying. And one I just started yesterday or the day before. Warhawk's World. He's been a long time subscriber and viewer, I should say, of my channel. And I told him several times, why don't you do your own video, And he's like, well, I don't know, And finally, he did it. And congrats, Warhawk. I'm very happy for you. In my opinion, everybody who's, putting themselves out there, advocating for this hobby, as long as they're doing it without being hateful, I think it's wonderful. A couple other channels that I really like. Shaving on the Dark Side. Excellent, excellent stuff. Relatively new. He's a black gentleman, and he's really doing things differently. It's really his own channel, and that's what I really like about his channel. It's unlike anyone else. He's being honest, sincere, hitting on different topics. Excellent. Also, Bruno's Shave. He has a different style. Again, he just sort of gets up in the morning and he's like, this is great stuff. And he's not bubbly in personality. He's just being himself. And I think it's wonderful. So check out those three guys who are relatively new and bringing good stuff to the table, I think. And what I really appreciate those guys for is not only for their advocacy, but for making their channels their own. I really like that. Okay, I forgot to show you the doggone aftershave today. Citrus Musk. Does it match the Fougere Tiki? No, but doesn't have to. This is inexpensive, but good stuff. I really like it. Nice, bright, good wake up if you're feeling a little sluggish. And by the way, I want to mention, folks, The I Am CDB project is live. That channel is live, and you can catch it at imcdb.com. Put it right there for you. Go and check that out. But when you do, come along with a sense of humor. Understand that some of it's going to be tongue-in-cheek. Yesterday I did a video on how soccer sucks, and already I can see people don't get the things that were tongue-in-cheek. You have to have a sense of humor and understand that some of it is not meant to be 100% serious. If you don't, I can't help you, but you've been told. Go check that out, subscribe, watch. I'm going to separate the talk from life and serious subjects from shaving, and keep shaving to shaving. So a lot of people have asked for more of that style of content, so I will do that. I'm happy to do it if you enjoy it. I had to go with about three splashes Inspector Furnicola style with this. All right, let's review the equipment. Tiki Fougere, very nice, green, bright, grassy scent. Loved it. I've used it before. It's very good. All right, sorry I had to step away for a minute. The Colonial razors, General, and they should probably call this the General Sherman. Why? Because this guy burns down the whiskers, at least for me, with that super blade. It's not the most aggressive still, even with the super blade, but it's close to medium, which is very, very good for me. Why do I say Sherman? Because if you'll recall, General Sherman made a path to the south, and he burnt down everything in his way. In fact, he burnt down most of, my wife was born in Meridian, Mississippi, burnt it to the ground. And this Colonial razors General burns down those whiskers in a fashion reminiscent of that to the ground. So great job again with the Colonial razors General. If you want to get on that wait list for this razor, which is supposed to be coming this summer, check it out right there. Email them, they'll put you on the list. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Again, I invite you going over to imcdb.com if you want to check out more off the shaving path content and enjoy. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday. Excuse me, Saturday. Until next time, remember, keep them up, keep them open, and follow the money to get to the truth.